This is example 2, and it gives us a point to plot, and then it says find 3 other ways to represent the same point. Since we know that these angles will, the points have different ways you could represent them by changing the angle. Okay, so let's see, where are we going to plot this one? If the radius is 3, then we know that we are somewhere on the 3rd circle. Where is the angle negative 3 pi over 4? Which quadrant is it in? The 3rd quadrant, right? Negative 3 pi over 4 is right in the middle here. So that point is about right there. That is 3, negative 3 pi over 4. Okay, really the question now is for the next representation of the same point, how do we find a coterminal angle? Add 2 pi, okay? As long as we stay within negative 2 pi to 2 pi. What is negative 3 pi over 4 plus 2 pi? Well, what do you get if I go around once? What do we call that angle? Five pi over 4. So there's our second representation of the same point, right? 3, 5 pi over 4. Okay, the last two you wouldn't think of, and you have to see this for the first time before you would think of doing this, but I'll give you the first one, okay, which is this. So here's 5 pi over 4. If I go to that 180 or pi across from that, this angle here is pi over 4, right? Okay, that's not the angle that I need, right? I need this angle here. But instead of using this angle, I use pi over 4, but I use a negative radius. So if I say that this is the angle that I'm going to go, but I go in a negative direction, that takes me to this point. So that's the way we're going to find the last two representations of the same point. Right? Instead of saying that this is the angle with a positive radius, which would be wrong, we say that that's the angle with a negative radius, negative 3 pi over 4. So it's 180 degrees out. But because you're using a negative radius, you're going backwards. Now, how could I find a coterminal angle with this pi over 4, which is between negative 2 pi and 2 pi?
Did you just say negative 3 and then use one of the other coordinates, or wouldn't that be like the y?
One of these?
Yeah, could you just put negative 3 and then use one of those?
No, because if I use one of these angles with a negative 3, that would bring me in that direction, right? I just need to find what's the coterminal angle with this angle between negative 2 pi and 2 pi.
9 pi over 4.
Well, 9 pi over 4 would be greater than 2 pi. So subtract 2 pi. What's pi over 4 minus 2 pi?
Negative 7 pi over 4.
Negative 7 pi over 4. So the last one is negative 3, negative 7 pi over 4. So like I said, I don't think any of us would have thought about doing that, but it does come up a little bit later too. So I guess it's a good thing to have seen in this right now.